morning and welcome back to our channel. So today we have a busy day. Tomorrow is David's birthday, but it's Labor Day, so nobody has school. He doesn't have to work. So I always make everybody a special whatever they want to eat for their birthdays. And so David wants homemade rolls and sausage gravy, and then we have a bunch of apples from my grandparents. So we're gonna do 2 apple pies too, and then we got a big tub of ice cream to go. But not all of my kids like apple pie. That one, I'm looking at her. So I'll probably do brownies or something like that today too. I just see them pull back in the driveway. The boys went crawdad hunting / fishing, and then hopefully we're planning on a Target Starbucks trip. Alli has some birthday money left over.
Oh, and guess what? I am eating butter cookies with milk.
Peanut butter cookies, like the knockoff Girl Scout cookies from Aldi. They're our favorite. If you like Girl Scout cookies during non-Girl Scout season, check out Aldi, and they are the cheap. Like, we still have some Girl Scouts that we support, but on the regular, we do the cheap Aldi's cookies. So I have to get about 6 loaves or 6 batches of dinner rolls going, not for just tomorrow, but just like for the week. I go back to work Tuesday. I have cloth diapers to wash today, and my beef or my bone broth is almost finished. Ashley has a cough, and so it reminded me that I need to get that done, so I made soup yesterday. So anyway, we have a lot to get done, so I will just take you along for the day, and hopefully it turns out to be a good day. Okay, so something that I've learned over the, let's see, Cole's 11, he was almost 1 when I started, so like 10 years that I've been cloth diapering, is everyone has an opinion, a very strong opinion in the cloth diaper world on how you wash your diapers. So this is what works for me. Currently, I have had to change my routine literally countless times. But this particular routine, I worked with customer support. Her name is Jessica. She is amazing at Thirsty's Baby. Thirsty's Baby is hands down one of my favorite brands of cloth diapers. They are super helpful. They just want people's diapers to be clean. So, this is what works for me. You figure out what works for you. But for me, I sprayed out all the poop last night because she's almost 2. So she needs all the things. I sprayed out all the poop last night after bed. So I have a hot wash going. And this is going to be like a medium-sized load, okay? And we have ridiculously hard water. So I add 1 cup of this every time I do a main wash. Or this is the pre-wash, but every time it fills up, like not the rinse, I add a capful of this because my water is ridiculously hard. Even the lady at customer support at Thirsty is like, wow, you have hard water. It's ridiculous. So that makes cloth diapering a little more challenging for me, and is always part of the reason why we take breaks, because it is a lot. And then sometimes you can't find the Calgon, and there's like, especially with COVID, it was super hard to find that. And so it was hard to find diapers, so I was just having to use other things, but I was very glad for it. Anyways, man, currently Tide Free and Clear is what's working for us. I have used Tide powder in the past with success, but now with Ashley, this one's almost gone. Now with Ashley eating so many solids, her poop smells terrible, especially with garden stuff. So I like to make sure, like, I smell all the diapers when I put them in the dryer. Okay, so this is just the pre-wash. If with cloth diapers, you know that you have to do 2 washes. And I do hot for both because I don't really care about stains. They're just going to get pooped on anyways. But for me, 2 hot washes versus 1 cold and 1 hot works better for me. You do what works better for you. It is, you know, more energy that you're using to heat up your stuff, but that's what works for us. Like I said, I've learned that everybody in the cloth diaper world has a very strong opinion on how you wash your diapers. Ooh, I need more water in there. So this is going to be a medium-sized load. I have it on hot and an 18-minute cycle, because for the pre-wash, like the first wash, just to get all the funk out of it, you don't want that to be a very long wash. Okay? You want them out of that pee and poop quickly. So that's what works for us. And then when that's done, I will do a main wash. And then, so since ours is the longest cycle on ours is 18 minutes. So I set a timer for 15 minutes on my main wash. I'll show you how I do that. And then I come back and turn the knob back, so that way they're washing better, because otherwise we had a lot of stink issues. And periodically we still have stink, and I just add a little bit of bleach and then it kills it. And it kills the stink. But like I said, everybody has their own opinion on how they think everybody should cloth diaper. But I have learned that it's not a one size fits all. It depends on your washer. It depends on your kid. It depends on the stage of life that your kid is in. It depends on what they're eating, your water. Like, it depends on all kinds of stuff. And it's trial and error. And my personal experience is that cloth diapering is not as easy as everybody acts like it is. It's not just one more load of laundry for everyone. I realize that it is for some people, but it's not for everybody. So we take breaks from it periodically, like when life gets crazy and I just need one thing to be easy, I go to disposable diapers. No shame in it, none whatsoever. But we're back in cloth for now, and I really like it. Give us a twirl. Okay, so this is these rolls are like amazing dinner rolls, okay? David says these are his favorite thing that I have recently learned how to make. So I'm just mixing them in here. I'll include the recipe down below. Just gonna throw this out there. I don't measure my flour like you're supposed to, or you're spooning it in. I tried that the first 2 times, and then I had to go back and add flour. So the 3rd time I made these, I was like, forget this crap. And I just measured it my way. I scooped it in the cup, leveled it off, dumped it in. And that is perfect, and I can relatively set it and forget it. I mean, I have to go through and scrape the sides, but so I'll include the recipe. You bake this your way. I'll bake this. This is what works for me, and they're amazing. So this one, it just did its first rise, so I'm going to put it in an oiled bowl. I put it in the fridge because I don't actually need this until tomorrow, and then I'm going to get another batch going. I'm going to make as many as possible, as many as I have bowls for today. That way, I just have them through the week. So here I am just going to put a little bit of oil in a bowl so I can add the dough and it doesn't stick to the bowl. And then I'm just going to cover it up with some saran wrap so it can do its rise. And then I can get another batch of the rolls started. On this day I made I literally think I made 6 batches. And then David later this night helped me roll them all out, and then I ended up putting them on a cookie sheet and separating them with I put parchment paper, then I put put 2 batches down, and then I put another thing of parchment paper and then 2 batches down, so that ended up with 64 rolls. 32 is one batch for my family. And then I froze them, and then after that I put them in gallon baggies so that way I have them for sometime in a pinch when I need some rolls and I don't have time to make the dough, or maybe if I can see me running out of flour or something like that. So we were still getting ready to go to Target here too. And Alli was getting under the camera trying to get her shoes. Because right behind, under this is where their shoes are, and it's a door to get out of the house. Or into my laundry room like the breezeway. I have a true hatred for plastic wrap. It and I don't get along very well. So doing the bread, I have had to learn how to use it. I have tried just using tea towels over the bread. I've tried using damp tea towels over the bread. And eventually the damp tea towels dry out and they get your bread gets this crusty, almost dry skin film over the top of it, and that is just not good. I've had that happen accidentally. Even actually with these, I had them rise. I didn't realize that they would keep rising in the refrigerator, but they do. So that's a FYI. And so some of them actually did still have some crusty parts, even though I did not want that to happen. But that is that is what happened. I had all these batches of bread in the refrigerators, and they just kind of rose and overflowed, and it was a mess, but we made it work. These are just a couple of pictures from our quick little trip to Target. It was lots of fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to get through this without crying. But they're happy tears. So today is the 15th anniversary of my husband and I's first date. And he is not generally able to surprise me. I'm the one who keeps track of all the money and things like that. So when he has tried to surprise me in the past, unfortunately, I've seen non-bank thing. Anywho, today he took the boys fishing. And then he came home with this. I have wanted one of these for years and years and years and years and years, and we have just never, what I felt like had extra money for. But today, I got one. He surprised me very, very much today, and I cannot wait to try it out.
Hi guys! So I got some stuff at Target. I got a espresso machine. A fake one, of course. So if you guys look right down there. See, that is.
Oh, thank you.
So this is my espresso machine right here. And then I've got this.
Good job, Ash.
And I've got this. And this came with it too. So let me show you guys how it works. So it's actually pretty cool how it works. I'll do it on the floor because that's easier. So I have this, and it comes with this one and another one. And so you just put it in here like this. I'm sure there's a better video of it, but this is the best I can do. And then you put this, and then wait. That's the two, so this is the one. It's just working, it's magic, we're just gonna dance well. Run away. And it's done when it makes that noise. And I'm just gonna pull this out, take this out, put it back in our secret slot on the side. Now we're just going to mix it up a little bit. Put it this. That. Then open up the cup, pour it in. And that's it.
This Instant Pot has been going for, I did 3 cycles of 12, or 3 cycles of 4 hours. And then it was on warm overnight. That is how I have done bone broth. Farmhouse on Boone directions are, whoops, Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone. Those are her directions, and I have, that's just how I've always done it, and it works for us. So those are hot. So that's just what I'm going to continue to do. And so now I'm just going to wait for it to cool completely. And then I will put it in I have gallon freezer bags. I know everybody has their own opinion on freezer bags, but I feel like as long as I let it cool, I may even just pour it in. I have some stainless steel, Pampered Chef bowls. Sometimes I'll even let it cool overnight for that. Let me get a towel, and I gotta hand wash some dishes real quick. So then I can wash my mixer and get another batch of dough going. We'll try it out. I'm so excited. Like I said, David has not been able to surprise me a whole lot because of how we have the money situation set up. But today I am truly surprised. And I feel a little guilty. His birthday is tomorrow, and I'm the one who got that prize. But he will greatly reap the benefits of that. I think he likes all the fresh bread and rolls that we've had, so that works. We're going to try it out. And I will say, I don't understand the hype behind these. I still don't. For dishes. I'm still using it because it's what I have. I will probably never buy another one. But I will say, I have liked how well it cleans the sink. I still don't think it's worth the money. But if I ever found another one for a really good price, I would probably buy it. Before I throw this one away, I do want to clean my shower with it. But obviously I'm just going to throw it away right after I clean the shower. But we have hard water, so I am always curious how things scrub and to make my life easier. Because our water is so hard and our shower is so stained. The only thing that really takes the stain away is toilet bowl cleaner. And I know you're not supposed to clean your shower with toilet bowl cleaner, but our shower, we've lived here for almost 15 years, for it to be 14 years, in November. And, our shower was crusty when we moved in. So our water is just really hard. We don't have a water softener, and we don't really have anywhere to put one, like where our water heater and stuff is. We just don't have room, and it's just not something that is necessarily a must. We have a water filter for us to drink, and I cook with that. And before we got that, we used the Berkey, and I still have my Berkey. I just don't have the best spot to put it in my kitchen. But I'm never going to get rid of my Berkey because if the power goes out or something, we could still have clean drinking water. Anyway, I just can't wait to try this mixer. He super surprised me today. And Target was having a sale that all their kids' clothes are on sale, right as I'm filming this, because it's Labor Day weekend. They were all 20% off, and I don't know what they call it from their app where you have points off, but I had enough points to where I had $4 off, and Alli had some birthday money, and the boys went fishing, so she had a gift card for Starbucks, so she got in line and got herself some cake pops and an ice water, because she doesn't like any drinks that we've ever tried there. She just likes their ice water, which is awesome. So she got that. Ashley got a cake pop too. Ashley got a cake pop and an ice water from Starbucks. Yeah, and then the cool thing about toddlers is I bought some of her birthday presents today. She's set with we usually do clothes and a toy. And I have to order her toy because it's going to come from Amazon. My niece got one for her birthday. Well, actually, I think both my nieces got one for their birthdays, and she just fell in love with it. So it's like a little toddler phone I'll link it below, probably on our birthday one whenever if I actually end up getting it. But it's really cool. My nieces got one. It's not actually for toddlers. The one I was looking at on Temu is for toddlers. But the one on Amazon is more for older kids. But she She's really ridiculously smart. So she would figure out how to use that and stuff with it. Yes. Oh, can you put my rags back? You ready?
Yeah.
Watch your fingers.
Yay.
This was a two-person job. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Let's see here. There is. Yep.
Try it, Mommy.
Well, I gotta wash everything. Ooh, this one is for whipped cream. All right. Oh yeah, we'll have to register all that
I
stuff.
see you, Mommy.
Hmm?
I see you, Mommy.
All right.
I see you, Mommy.
Hold on. Let's see. Ooh, here's all the extra goodies. Oh man, it has lots of extra stuff that comes with it. I know my mom has a lot of extras that go with it. And my mother-in-law has one of these too, so we'll have to borrow some extras. Nope. Pop up here like that. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's move this bad dude. Oh, here you go, please. I get. First things first, we are going to get our yeast activated. So, for this recipe, oh, I left it out. We need 1.5 cups of, it calls for whole milk, but like I said before, I've done it with 2% milk and 1% milk, and there was, in my unbreadly educated opinion, absolutely no difference. This week I do happen to have whole milk because that's what Aldi had that I could reach with my kid on my back. And even Cole couldn't get that. It was like vacuum packed. So anyway, we got whole milk this week. So we are actually gonna eat. Oh, I didn't get quite enough. So this is gonna be my third batch of rolls today. She does not still have a bottle. Actually, she never took a bottle. I just had one that I left at my mother-in-law's house in like a bag for when I worked. She watched them last year. And I had that for just in case Ashley would want it because she nurses still, you know. And we took the bag back the other day so I could swap it out. I start work again on Tuesday. And so we took the bag back and it was in there and the kids found it. And so they have been playing. I was looking for these all day. They've been on the microwave covered with crap. And they're so filthy, but I feel like I don't look so old with my glasses on. Otherwise, I just look old and tired. Anywho, I'm like super happy now, so you're going to get this crazy, crazy version of Amanda, who just talks way too much. Okay. So here's my sugar. I noticed today that sugar stinks. Oh, I'm gonna need another thing of flour. Eats after we've all went to bed, and he wakes up. I'm usually awake when he leaves for work, but I'm usually rocking her, trying to keep her, like to get her to go back to sleep. In like the ideal world, I would get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. I could edit videos, just be by myself, and then help him get his breakfast around or whatever, and then get the kids up at 6:30 and I could start breakfast or whatever. That's not really the way it goes. But in like the perfect world when all the stars align like once a month, that does happen. But it doesn't happen. Hey, we're not putting your milk in here. Don't do that or you're gonna get fired. Okay? Yeah, we don't want to get fired.
Fired?
Yeah, you know what that means. I'll get you down and I'll put your chair down. And then Ashley won't be my helper no more. Yeah, well, if you want to be my helper, you can't spit milk everywhere. And you do not want to get it over 120, I learned the hard way, because it will kill your yeast and then your bread won't dry. And mine is right at 120 right now, so I'm going to let this cool. I'm going to put the sugar in it, and then sometimes that cools it down just like this. So it calls for I want to say 2 teaspoons, but maybe it is. Yep, you can drink your milk, but don't spit it in my mixer, okay? Don't spit it out, just drink it. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of trying to do it. Come here, ooh, I gotta check on this.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Mommy, geese.
I don't see the ducks anymore.
Mommy, geese. Mommy, geese. Mommy, geese. Mommy, geese.
What?
Mommy, geese.
Mommy's keys?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the duck. They can hear us talking because they are right outside the door that this camera is in front of, like right outside it. Must be really loud. The other day, we left the ducks out. We just started leaving our ducks out when we leave, and they don't seem to go anywhere. We do have a neighbor that has really big Dobermans, and they were a problem before we got the ducks. They never stayed in their own yard, but now after a very long, very frustrating process, they stay in their own yard now. So we don't have to worry about that. And the one can fly. She sucks at landing. She like crashes and burns. But Lucky can fly, so I don't really worry about that. And the other two are really fast. So I mean, I'm sure something would eat them, but that would suck. But it's not good for them to be in their coop all the time. That's not good for them. So, and my point is, the other day it was nice enough that I had all the windows open, so we turned on our channel. And while we were at adoration at church, it's only an hour, and our church is really close to our house, so I wasn't super worried. And when I came back, when I left, they were under one of the windows by the living room. And when I came back, that's also where they were. So I thought that was super cool. Okay. So, no, this is why I have a life-proof phone, because, okay, so let's move the camera over here, and then we need
This.
All right. We are going to try out this mixer, and I'm so excited. Okay. Again, I realize I do not measure my flour in the correct way that you're supposed to, like, spoon it in, whatever. I just try that, and
I do it.
hold on.
I do it.
You want to dump one in?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Mom's going to fill up this thing. And I'm just going to dump this in there because I use so much flour right now that it doesn't really matter if there's a little bit of the old stuff on the bottom. Nope. Let's not spill it, please. Get your arm out of there. Okay. Let's not do that, please. No, Ash. Please stop. We don't want to spill it. Because that would be, oh, it's everywhere already. Generally, I try to buy unbleached all-purpose because we do use sourdough. And I have 2 5-pound bags of the unbleached all-purpose, but I can only get that from Kroger. So I try to save that for the sourdough. This is just what they have at Aldi. And so that's what we have right now.
I do it to Mommy.
Hold on. Nope. Nope. So we have 1 cup in there now. All right, let me get this one. Nope. Ready? Here. Let's pull you closer. All right, ready? I'm dumping it. Hold on to the handle. Good job. We got 2 cups.
2 cups. I do it.
Yep, you can dump this one in too. Okay, grab the handle. 3 cups. Last one of this, and then we'll put the sugar in. 4 cups.
4 cups.
Just like Chris is 4, right?
I do 4.
Ashley is almost 2. Do you know how many 2 is?
Yeah.
This many. You're almost, let me show you. You're going to be this many on your birthday. So I'm going to be 2 in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a party?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Are we going to make cupcakes? Yeah, we have a mess over there, don't we?
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay. Dump this in there. Good job. All right, and then we need... All right, then you need half a stick of unsalted butter. All right, keep your hands back, okay? We don't want this squeezed. And you want it at room temperature. That was always really hard for me to remember, so I took all this out. Oh, good thing nobody else is going to eat these except our family, huh? Okay. I'm going to make so many batches of rolls today. I just have it sitting out over here. And then, oddly enough, we are going to salt it. Do you remember? No. Put your hands down. Where did Mommy's salt go? Here it is. I just have all this. Nope. Don't squeeze it. Nope. Okay. And I just give it a couple shakes because you need a whole. Okay. Put it down. Nope. Get back. All right. Then. Nope. Then we have to cut this thing off and plug it in while our yeast is still activating. All right, we're not gonna plug it in just yet because, you know, Ashley's over here.
Yeah.
So, and Ashley is like a hurricane.
Here goes.
Yep, you'll get fired.
Fired.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
No more being my helper, right?
Ever.
Do you want to be my helper?
Yeah.
Then you got to keep your hands out of the flour. Okay? My bad. Did we already get butter inside of it? We sure did. This thing's gonna get messy. All right. All right, our yeast is activated, so don't stick your hands in here anymore, Ash. All right.
Sugar.
We already put all the sugar in it. Whoops. Okay. Let's lock it. Okay, hold on. Let's see how to. All right, don't put your hands in there. We'll start it slow. Just look. Don't put your hands in there. Your daddy's awesome.
So this is the next morning. We made 6 batches of rolls the day before, and David and I went ahead and rolled out 4 of the batches because my family eats 2 batches at a time. So one batch is 16 rolls. So I make 32 rolls at a time for my family. We do like to have them left over, so that's why I make that many. So for now we are getting. I just made the dough up ahead and then had it covered in the refrigerator. So now Ashley and I are rolling them out because we are making sausage gravy and we're doing rolls as biscuits. I've never tried making biscuits. I tried one time over Christmas vacation when the roads were really bad and I didn't actually have biscuits, and they did the job because we didn't have anything else, but they were not very good. So I wanted these to be good because it was David's birthday and there Ashley just gave him his birthday card. And so we were just rolling out the dough. So that way, you have to let it rise. And these were cold. So I've learned the hard way. I don't know why, but like I didn't think about the first time that I refrigerated the dough that it was going to take longer to do that second rise than it does when it's room temperature. Did not think about it at all. But yes, most definitely they take a lot longer to rise. She loves to help roll out dough, so sometimes we have some very strange looking rolls because she loves to help, but I am never going to discourage her from helping. She does get a little carried away sometimes and tries to throw the flour around places that she should not. But with the rolls, we definitely eat some funky looking rolls sometimes, but they taste just the same, and she is very proud of herself. She wants to make sure that she gets one that she actually made. We have had a few times where with like loaves of bread in the loaf pans where she has squeezed it on its second rise and then it deflated a little bit. And so that's a little disheartening, but she does love to help. Alli also likes to help with the bread. She was busy this morning. I can't remember what she was doing. I'm pretty sure she was trying to have alone time in the back bedroom, if I remember right. And you know what? In a house this full, I, of all people, completely understand that. And so I think that's great. I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing. Anyways, it does take a while to roll these out, but they are so worth it. And I will link the recipe that we used below. Like I said, the night before this, where we had made 6 of the batches of rolls, David helped me roll them out, and I laid down parchment paper on the cookie sheet, and we put out 32 rolls on that bottom layer, and then we did another layer of parchment paper and did 32 more rolls, and then I covered that with saran wrap, and we laid it inside of our deep freeze, and I froze them, and then I took them off of the cookie sheet in the morning and just put them inside of gallon baggies. Um, I have never bought these from the store, like the dinner rolls frozen. I bought dinner rolls pre-made, like the Hawaiian rolls, but my mother-in-law uses the frozen rolls for a dessert that she makes, and she said, she was like, yeah, they're just in a bag, frozen, so I'm gonna give it a try. I have not made those yet. I'm trying to save those for like a pinch when, you know, that disaster scenario comes and I forget to buy butter or I forget to buy, flour or something, and I just need some quick rolls or bread, or I do want to try freezing a roll of like a not a roll, like a loaf of bread. I don't know why I said roll. I want to try freezing it like that too, so I can just have a couple on hand. But I have gotten into the sourdough recently, and so I'm not too sure how that would freeze because these use the yeast packets for it. But it would be nice to have 1 or 2 frozen loaves of bread, like the dough for the loaf of bread, in the freezer. So I will probably definitely give that a try and let you know how it goes. Um, I'm excited to try the rolls. It's nice to know that I have those on hand for a pinch we need some sausage gravy, or if somebody gets sick and we're having soup, or we just have a busy night and I just need a little something, it would be very nice knowing it is very nice knowing that that's in there on hand. So now we have them all laid out on the cookie sheet, and I am just going to cover it with saran wrap and let it do its second rise on the stove. I love watching them rise. It just blows my mind how that works. I know there's a whole science behind it and everything, but I love watching them rise. It is a lot of work to make rolls from scratch, but they are so delicious and they are cheaper, and at least if my math is correct, they're a little bit cheaper, but I guess I've never factored in like the propane and all that. But anyways, they are very good. They are much better for you. Oh, here's where I took because I forgot I recorded that. That's just how my brain works. But these are the frozen ones that I was putting in the baggies. Then I just labeled them with the date that we froze them. And I'm excited to try those. Part of me wants to try them just to see kind of how it works and like what kind of time I need to allow for. But I figured they would come in handy for a day that I have to work. Maybe. So now I'm going to get the apples washed. These apples, for the apple pie that I'm making, these apples came from my aunt's house and they are amazing. They are not sprayed with any pesticides or anything, so I think technically that probably makes them organic. I don't know, I've never looked into like what that actually defines, but so there's a lot of wormholes in these, which is good because if the bugs won't eat it, you shouldn't eat it either. So these did have a lot of wormholes. So I actually peeled and cut up almost an entire bushel of apples. It was probably like 3/4 of a bushel of apples for the two pies, and they are super full. They are way fuller than normal pies, but I'm not going to bore you with watching me peel an entire bushel of apples. That was brutal. My fingers were just, David tried to help me, but his hands just couldn't take it. Where he works with his hands, he just can't do stuff like that or his fingers go numb. So I just edited this short on those, and here I have all of the apples peeled and cut up, and I have them soaking in water, cold water with lemon juice. I don't know, it's probably a couple tablespoons of lemon juice to keep them from turning so brown. They do eventually turn brown anyways, but I'm just using a store-bought crust here. I tried one time to make a pie crust in a pinch when I didn't have one, and it did not turn out, and I goofed right there, and I was about to dump the apples right in the pan, or the pie pan, and it was still full of water. So here I have to wipe the lemon juice water out of there. I'm gonna kick myself for that. I was just trying to do too many things at once, and Ashley was complaining, but there was Big Brother to the rescue. She can reach our counters now, and so I have to be really careful because she will reach, like we had today. I had a bowl of grapes, and I didn't realize that some were hanging over. And obviously, I cut Ashley's grapes. Heck, I still cut Allie's grapes, and she's 8. But she has choked really bad on a grape before, and it was a disaster. So I'm super weird about that. But anyways, I almost ruined the pie crust with the water. I cannot believe I did that. So here I am, just putting them back in there, picking out a hair because I shed like a husky blowing its coat. We find my hair in everything. Even when I wear it in a clip, we still find my hair in food sometimes, which is frustrating and gross, but at least we know it's mine and not, somebody else's. Now I do double the recipe. I think the original recipe that I have used for apple pies, and my grandma has too, I think it only calls for like 2 or 3 cups of apples, and then when you cook it down, it's like nothing. So I really heaped it up. And when you cut into these at the end, like after they're cooked, it is like an empty dome of dough on the top. because the apples cooked out and they're just kind of level with the edges there of the pie pan, which is fine. I've just sprinkled the sugar right over top and I sprinkled the stuff. Hindsight, I should have um, sprinkled all of that in there, but my bowl was so full. I didn't have any room. But this worked. It really tasted just the same as it does when you do the sugar and cinnamon in a bowl and like toss it, you know. This tasted the same and it was much easier and I didn't get sticky fingers. So, you know, it worked this way too. But we love apple pies, and I made the two of them, and it actually, they lasted a week because the boys simply forgot about them. So it was a nice, they remembered one morning I let them have apple pie for breakfast before school. At least it was fruit. Not the most nutritious breakfast, no, but oh well. They survived, and maybe they'll never forget the day Mom let them have apple pie for breakfast. Who knows? Maybe the next time I make a pie, I will get brave enough to make a pie crust. If you have an amazing recipe for a pie crust that you've tried, I am I love the Pillsbury um, pie crust. I generally buy store brand everything except for a few things. And I definitely think that Pillsbury pie crust are worth the money. So, but I would love to try. I've seen a lot of people use their sourdough starter to make a pie crust. Like I said in the past, I tried once or twice several years ago to make pie crust, and it just wasn't very good. So I haven't tried since then. I'm a little gun shy now, but I do everything else, you know, well, not everything else, but a lot of other things from scratch, you know. So it would be really nice to figure out a good recipe for a pie crust because we love chicken pot pie in the wintertime. Um, and I don't know, it would just be nice to know how to do that. You could always roll them up and freeze them like Pillsbury does. I don't know. My freezer is getting really full, so I really need to stop freezing things. But it is nice to have that stuff on hand, and then it's homemade stuff in the freezer versus a whole bunch of store stuff. My butter kind of exploded in the microwave, so I had to wash that real quick because it was just gooey and everywhere. Now, the recipe called for half a stick of butter, but since I doubled the apples, naturally I had to double the butter as well. And so this is unsalted butter. Actually, you know what? I think that one has a blue label. My bad. I think I was out of unsalted butter after making all the rolls the day before, so this was salted butter. That would be why it popped in my microwave, I guess. Um, so I had to quickly clean it. But then I smartened up, and when I needed to do the second one for the other pie, I'm going to put it in the Pyrex glass little measuring pitcher and put it in the oven the next time. Which surprisingly, I was really surprised how long that took. Like, I edited it out, but I cleaned up the dishes and things like that in the time that it took that um, butter to melt in a 375-degree oven. I was really surprised because I usually just use my microwave. So here I'm going to put the top pie crust on, and like I almost had it too full to where it wouldn't close, but it eventually did. You know, one thing I have learned with editing these videos is that I lick my lips way too much. So I'm gonna explain why in the wintertime my lips are so chapped. And I've noticed, since I noticed that about myself, I noticed that about my children too. Ashley licks her lips a lot when she is concentrating on something as well. So who would have thought that that stuff would have been genetic, but maybe it is, I don't know. So I also noticed that I wipe my hands on my shirt so much. I'm curious what things that you do when you're really concentrating on something. Um, Leave it down in the comments below. mind, obviously, I lick my lips when I'm trying to do something that takes a lot of concentration. There's just something about these Pillsbury pie crust. They are so perfect. It is really hard for me to just take the plunge and to to make a pie crust. I have a really nice rolling pin too, but on my counter space, I do not have a whole lot of counter space. You see my pile of clean dishes back there. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Like I said, my other ones just didn't turn out very great. So I'm going to get the top on this and get them in the oven so that way we can get the rest of the stuff. Now, the one thing that I should have thought about, it had been a while since I made a pie crust or made an apple pie, and I forgot that when you fill them that full, they do drip. And so I had them over top of the rolls, and they dripped a lot on the rolls. But then I'd take the rolls out before the pies were done, and the rolls were on my cookie sheet. So then they just kind of like dripped all over the bottom of my oven. And so that was not fun to clean up. Allie does not like apple pie. So I told her that I would make some brownies as well, so that way she could have a sweet treat too. And we hadn't had brownies in a really long time, and the kids were all in the mood for brownies, and I was in the mood to use my brand new mixer. So we are washing off the whisk attachment. I think that's what I used for this. Probably not the best attachment to use um, for this. The next time I will definitely just use my the actual mixer attachment that it comes with. And this is just the regular old Aldi brand box. Um, what are these called? Oh, brownies. I was making sausage gravy from scratch, the rolls from scratch, and the apple pies from scratch ish because I didn't do the pie crust. So this just had to be a box, and nobody was complaining. I absolutely love box brownies. You really can't win them all. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to buy some store brands or some pre-made stuff, and that's okay. I do like that we are cutting down on how many of those things we are using. That definitely makes my heart happy. So definitely something that I've learned. Don't forget to spray your pans. I remembered this time, and they were still hard to get out of the pan. Um, I don't know if it's just the pan that I'm using, but I still have had them stick in glass. Definitely do not forget to spray your pans. I have done it countless times, and you're just scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, and then you have to let them soak. But really, there's just something absolutely delicious about homemade brownies. Nope, they're not homemade. I mean, like, you make them from the box. I am losing my mind. Today has just been one of those days where I forgot what I was doing and nothing, I just keep getting like losing track of what I was saying today. It was one of those goofy days like that for me. Do you ever just have those days where you walk in a room and you're just like, why am I in here? Oh, and I absolutely love to lick the batter of brownies. I'm not even gonna lie. It has never killed me, obviously, and I think it's, nope, there, I'm gonna wipe this down. I love this mixer so much. I've wanted one for years, and I'm so thankful that I finally have one. So very thankful. Best surprise ever. So here I am stirring up the sausage gravy, and I am horrible, and I did not get any, like a video of us eating or anything like that. It was chaos, and everybody was hungry. Everything took a little longer than I had expected, and this almost turned into like a lunch instead of a breakfast. But everything was delicious, and so at this point we were just waiting, and Ashley likes to watch the things cook in my oven. You can see it crystal clear. Here are some pictures of everything baking and the sausage gravy, and then 2 finished pies. Everything was delicious. that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching.